welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany for those of you who are new, so welcome. Today I wanted to do a tutorial and kind of first impressions, little mini review using the Bling Boss palette from the Jaclyn Hill Vault collection. I did get the entire vault. I am going to do a tutorial and like first impression review kind of thing on each individual palette instead of doing it all at once. Because I want to focus on strictly like one palette. I don't want to do a tutorial where I like grab from different ones because not everyone's going to pick up every single palette. They each have like their own color story, so I want to kind of stick with that. And I noticed that some people have said that they have had issues with like one palette but not the other. So I'm giving you guys my thoughts on this palette. I did order mine from the Morphe website when I launched. I don't have the volume 2 on the back of mine. I don't know why. I don't know if it's supposed to. Let me know down below if like you guys know for sure if it's supposed to or not. I did email Morphe just to kind of see if it is or not. But yeah, so to kick off this little vault collection tutorial, little mini series I'm going to do on my channel, I am going to be starting it with the Bling Boss palette. This is what it looks like. I do think it's really pretty and it's definitely my favorite color story out of all of these palettes, at least by looks. Once I do the look with all of them, then I'll know for sure which is my favorite. But yeah, so if you guys want to see how I created this eye look, then just keep watching. Alright, so as you guys can see, I do have this eye done minus my lower lash line because I will be doing the rest of my makeup before I go in to do that. But I did want to do the one side first just so this video would be a lot quicker. But first, I already did go ahead and set my whole entire eye with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, just so you guys are aware. And then first, I'm gonna dip into the palette with my Morphe M433. And I'm gonna dip into the shade right here called Hush Hush. I'm just gonna begin by placing this in my transition area, in my crease. This shade for me personally has no kick up whatsoever, so this one I thought performed pretty nicely. I mean, it blends out okay. It's a pretty light mauve color, which is like one of my favorite colors. Alright, next I'm going to take another Morphe M433 brush that I have. You can use the same one, I just use a different one since I know I was doing one eye at a time. But next, I'm going to dip into this middle purple shade called Gem. And I'm kind of putting this over top of what I just did. But I'm not going to blend it out as high up. And when I get to the outer corner, I'm just going to do little circles. I'm going to clean up the outer corner with a makeup wipe, so it's okay that I'm bringing it down a little bit more. I want to even it out with this side. Just gonna dip in again. Alright, I'm gonna go back in with that first brush and dip back into Hush Hush and blend out the edges. Between each step, I kind of want to make sure that everything is blending nicely before I move on to the next step. Next, I'm going to take this tapered Morphe brush I like to use. I'm sorry there's no name on it because I got it in the Copper Dream set. So I'm not exactly too sure. Just use like any tapered Morphe brush that you have. But I'm going to dip into the shade right here called Rockstar. And I'm going to focus this in the outer corner of my eye. And kind of blend it into that last shade. I just use not the Hush Hush but the Gem. And I'm just taking it like about a third of the way onto my lid and blending it out ever so gently. I'm gonna go back in with the second Morphe M433 that I used and dip back into Gem just to go over what I just did. Make sure it's all blending. Alright, and then next I'm going to take my Morphe M411 and I'm going to dip into this really deep berry shade over here called Mystic. And I'm gonna focus this on the outer V of my eye and kind of blend it into the lash shades that I just used. So I'm kind of doing like a little bit of like a half cut crease moment. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay this down though, just so that way it blends in easier. And then again, taking the tapered brush and just going over that. I'm not picking up any extra product. I'm doing the same thing, and then I'm gonna dip back in with the M433. Just kind of make sure it's all good. And I'm gonna go back in with that first brush and back into Hush Hush and kind of sweep over everything. Just to make sure it's all good still. Like that. Alright, and then now I'm gonna do like a little bit of a cut crease moment. So I'm just gonna take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. It doesn't matter what shade because you're just using it to cut the crease. But I'm gonna use this little Tarte brush that I always like have a bunch of. You're gonna use like any flat brush you want to use. But I'm just picking up a very like little amount, and I'm gonna go ahead and go in and do like a half cut crease. Sorry if I'm like really looking away, I just want to make sure I can focus. Probably should have did this eye off camera and then the other one on camera, since it is my right side and I'm right-handed. Alright, so to go with the shimmer shade, I'm going to use my Esum W21 brush. It's just like a flat packing brush, and I am using the shade Bling Bling over here to go in and pack on my lid. And I am going to wet it because I did try doing it dry off camera and it's not working. So I had to wet it and then spend some time building this shade up. So hoping it'd be a little bit more vibrant, but I'm gonna make it work. Sorry if most of this was out of focus. I'm just trying to look in my mirror. But I'm just taking it all the way up to the line, obviously. Alright, now that I got that all packed on, I'm going to go back in with my Morphe M411 and dip back into Mystic, that lash shade that we used to deepen everything up, and pack it on, and then I'm going to blend it into what I just did. Slightly dragging it over. And then going back in with the M433 into Gem. Just making sure it's good. And then again with Hush, that first mauve shade, and just kind of blend. Alright, now that that is done, I'm going to go ahead and take a makeup wipe and kind of clean up the edge so I can go in and line. For liner, I'm actually not going to use my NYX Matte Liquid Liner. I'm actually going to use the Tarte Cosmetics Clay Pot in the shade Black. And I'm putting it on with this like little Morphe brush, like a liner brush. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Alright, I think I'm going to do this off camera because I'm trying to like remember to show you guys. But I mean, I'm literally just drawing on my liner, so I will be back. Alright, I went ahead and finished up my liner, and I popped on some mascara. I just used my go-to Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. And I'm going to put on my lash now. It's been sitting here drying. I'm so sorry. I do not remember which ones these are because I have a little tray that I leave on my vanity. And I don't have the box anymore for these, but I'm like 95% sure they're either intoxicating lashes or they are captivating, but I'm like pretty sure that these are my intoxicating ones. They're just a little bit more fuller, and I know my captivating are a little bit more fluffier, if that makes sense, but these ones are cut and I've reused them like so many times, so I'm really sorry about that. I'm gonna pop these on. Alright, so while this lash dries, I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup so we can come back and do our lower lash line. Alright, so I went ahead and finished the rest of my makeup. So now we can come back and do our lower lash line. And I'm going to keep it pretty simple. Alright, so first I'm wanting to take my Morphe E18 and I'm going to dip into Hush Hush first. And I'm going to sweep this all under my lower lash line. I'm going to be looking in my mirror, so sorry about that. Alright, next I'm going to take this little smaller brush that I have from Wet n Wild. It's part of their set. It's like their little pencil brush in it. And I'm going to dip into the shade Gem. It's this middle top one right there. It's like a really pretty bright purple that I used on top side as well. And I'm going to sweep this under. Alright, next I'm going to line my waterline using my Marc Jacobs gel highlighter in the shade Black. I also thought about using like a purple because I think it'd be really pretty, but I do want to kind of like define my eyes. So I'm going to line. Alright, and I'm going to take a definer brush. This is the Morphe M432, and I'm going to dip into the shade Mystic right here and kind of stamp it right up against where I put the liner. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and pop on some mascara. Alright, and that is it for this eye look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'm going to go ahead and mention it really quick while I'm on camera in case you guys are curious what lip combo I'm wearing. Wearing the Real Her I Am Unstoppable lip liner. It doesn't have a color on here, so I don't know if the I Am Unstoppable is the color. And then the lipstick that I'm wearing over top of that is Wink Wink from Morphe. It's definitely like a more pink, so that's why I kind of put like a more brown toned nude underneath because it was like bright pink. Honestly, I think I'm gonna pop on a gloss really quick over top. Alright, so I popped a little bit of the MAC Oh Sweetie lip gloss in the shade Sugar Cookies. I kind of like the shift that it gives. It kind of goes with my eye look, I think, so I think it's really pretty. But now I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my like first impression thoughts on this palette as of right now. So this is the Bling Boss palette, of course. I obviously have not used every single color, but I did use a couple that I noticed some people said that they had issues with. So far, I thought mine was pretty good. I mean, you guys watched it. I think it came out pretty good. There might be like certain spots where it kind of can grab or like muddy up or whatever, but I'm also really confused though because a lot of people have been saying that they're supposed to say volume 2 on the palette, and that's all mine says. So I don't really know what's up with that. So I actually did send Morphe an email just kind of asking to make sure because I was told like it had to have the volume 2, but I ordered from the Morphe website. I didn't get mine from Ulta. I know there's a bunch of things going around about how they may not have even repressed anything. It may have just been because of the lawsuit that's been going on. I'm not 100% sure. Jaclyn denied it. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just here to do makeup and stay out of trouble. But I think this look came out very pretty. I really like it. I really love purple tones. I think everything looks really nice and it blended really well. It'll be interesting to see if it like wears off. I know some people said like the color wouldn't stay. So I will update in the comments down below because I am going to try and keep this video a little bit shorter. But I really don't have a lot to say. I mean, I really like how the look came out. I think it's really pretty, but I do think it's kind of weird how Jaclyn Hill has only done one tutorial using her Vault collection, which I know even for her big palette, she only did like a couple, which I thought was a little odd. I mean, I'm sure she's making a ton of money, so it's kind of like, who cares? Everyone's going to buy it anyways. I do think I'm going to like these more than the big palette just because I like how each palette has a color scheme. Personally, I honestly don't really reach for her big palette all that much just because it's honestly a lot of warm tones and a lot of the colors are pretty similar in my opinion. There are some colors I really love in the palette, mostly like the pops of purple, green, and the blue and stuff like that. But I have other palettes that I really love more, and these kind of suited my fancy a little bit more. But yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts. I will do a tutorial using each palette, and honestly probably more by doing up one of each. And I'm going to do a review of each individually because I've noticed some people have had issues with like one of the palettes out of their entire vault. So far no issues for me with this Bling Boss palette. But I will obviously update you guys as I keep using it and wearing it. But yeah, sorry for a little bit of rambling at the end here. But thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure and subscribe to my channel before you leave. And I will see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye guys!